Ciao, I'm Enzo.
I'm Celia.
This is a Piazza Talk, our channel about our life in Lucca
And in the Tuscan Hills.
Please hit the subscribe button. Grazie.
The Duomo or Cathedral in Lucca has the most wonderful bas-reliefs on the front facade, which depict the agricultural work throughout the seasons. As we're here celebrating spring, it seemed a nice idea to look at them. I hope you can identify them, but I'll write in the description below what they depict. I particularly like January, where there's a man sitting by the fire, and March, where he's pruning the vines using a pennato, which we still all use today in our agricultural work. Also, I love the little man stomping heavily on the grapes to produce the wine, and also notes the height of the wheat, which seems to me very high. I hope you enjoy identifying these 1233 agricultural scenes done by a sculptor from Lombardy. Many of these activities still continue today in Tuscany in the same way. On the sculptures on the front of San Martino, you can see this tool when the man is pruning the vines. It's called a pennato, and it's still used by everybody. As a bookbinder, I love tools, and I love the, don't know if you can catch that, beautiful bound leather handle. And it's very easy to sharpen, and it's used for everything.
Easter is getting closer, so we need to do something for Easter, a cake, an Easter cake. In northern Tuscany, they normally do the passimata, which is a cake made with aniseeds, flour, eggs and raisins. And the other traditional parts of Italy there. This time we got to make my family cake, which is from Naples, which is called la Pastiera. I got my mother's recipe here that I asked her to type for me a long time ago, because she was making it every year by heart, and I said, can we actually write it down for me? Then she actually typed it for me, and I keep this piece of paper as an important memory for us, for our family. There are other cakes as well in Italy. We got the colomba that you can get from every...
Which is the most
common, popular. Yeah. You can get from your shop, or you can get from the patisserie.
We should also say that a colomba means a dove.
So these are the ingredients for the pastiera. Okay, we have the first thing, the eggs. Then we got the wheat. This is soaked wheat that I buy from the shop. Now just wheat soaked in water and jarred. Then we got sugar, some for the outside. We call it pasta frolla. It's a kind of short crust pastry with eggs. How would you call it?
I think so. It's very short, because it's quite crispy, isn't it?
It is crispy there. And then the sugar for the filling. Now we got a lemon, because we need some lemon zest. Then we got some candied fruit. In Italy, we have this thing called a cedro, which is a citrus. It's like a big lemon. Mostly rind, I would say, and I also use some candied orange peel in here. Bit of cinnamon and orange water, we call it, ricotta, butter, and a little bit of milk.
I think we should also say that the wheat can be found in a lot of supermarkets abroad, and also in Italian delis.
Yes, I always found it abroad. I mean, in UK it was very easy to find. I got it from supermarkets and any shop. It was something that was never a problem. I don't know in the United States, but probably you can find it easily in the United States. The last thing to say, this is the dish. And it is an old one, battered. It's been around for 30 years maybe. And this is for a cake that would serve about 8 people, I would say. Depends on the size. Depends on the size how hungry you are. Okay. The first thing to do is the pasta frolla, the short crust pastry there. And we need eggs, and we need butter and flour, sugar. So I'm going to eggs. We need egg yolks. Some people add also a bit of egg white. What I normally do, I don't finish the eggs to remove the egg white until the end, so there's a bit of egg white left. That helps the dough to be more elastic. Second thing to do, I have to prepare the butter. So I break it, I add it into the flour. And then I add the eggs and a pinch of salt. Now the sugar. And we can start working on the short crust based on the pasta frolla. Now I'm going to put it on the board here. It's now ready, it's got the right consistency. I wanted to work it too much because it has to rest. And I'm afraid I have to put in cling film because it has to be completely sealed. So I wrap it cling film and I put it in the fridge and has to rest for at least half an hour. Next stage, we need to prepare the filling. We first put the grano in the saucepan. And then we add the milk, a pinch of salt, a bit of cinnamon powder, and a grated lemon zest. And it will be ready when the milk will be absorbed by the wheat. The last thing to do, I will add a tablespoon of sugar here. That will take about maybe 15-20 minutes. It's ready now, it's got the right consistency, it's got it nice and creamy. Now the second stage in making the filling is to mix the ricotta with the sugar. In this recipe I also have slightly adapted my mother's quantity to make it more suitable for us. Now we're going to put the egg yolks in the mix there. So we save the white and we put the egg yolks with the ricotta. The white is saved because in a minute we go to whip the white that will be added to the mix. Now we go to mix the eggs with the ricotta and the sugar, candied fruit, cheddar, the orange peel, cinnamon, then the orange water. This water is for this quantity. Now we got to whip the egg white. Okay, this is enough. I mean, we need to add some air to the mix. Now we got to mix the three things we have prepared. And now we got to add the ricotta and the egg mix. And now, this is the egg white. I have to be a bit careful about it. Mix it a bit. Inside here. And I mix it, I do it with the bottom from the bottom.
You just want to keep the air in.
Now we're going to line the dish. So first thing, I'm going to keep 1/3 for later. Now, the things to do is to flatten the pasta frolla. Some people use a rolling pin. I use it only a little. I try to do it by hand because it's much easier. Now I'm going to grease the dish with a bit of butter. now I move it around a little bit so it becomes all even. I had to make some strips to place on the pie.
And this is a very typical way of decorating pies in Italy, isn't it? I mean, jam tarts are done like this.
We start from the center, so I'm going to use one of these. So I need the long one. You need probably one of these tools or something because it's easy to handle the strip there. Okay, number one was successful. Now put the pastiera in a preheated static oven, 175 centigrade or 350 Fahrenheit, and I bake it for an hour and a half until the strips are golden and the filling looks brown but not burnt. It's quite high up, then it's going to sink. And now we have to wait. Pastiera has been rested for 1 day. Now we're going to sprinkle icing sugar on the top. And this is the way you serve it. Is how the pastiera is in people's imagination. I think we're done. It's really now it's in the soft. Because one thing of the pastiera is that when it comes out of the oven it's crispy, then it has to rest and it gets moist.
Of all the Italian Easter cakes, the pastiera is our family favourite. And so we made it a little early in case any of you wanted to try it. So slightly earlier, Buona Pasqua.
Buona Pasqua.
And Buon Appetito.
Buon appetito. The recipe is in the description box below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and hit the notification bell